viewers, welcome to my channel. My name is Sekayi. If you are new here, welcome to this channel. Where have you been? And if you have been here before, welcome back. So today I'm going to be reviewing the first ever Kupes chart of 2020. So the chat was really amazing today. We had a question. We always have a question at the Kupes chat, and the question today was like, you should recognize a need in your community and then you come up with a solution. So the solution that my group came up with was that we're going to spread a positive message for 21 days. So I'm sure you guys have already seen me doing this using the hashtag KYWN Positive Vibes 2020. So if you like that, just join in and let's spread some positive vibes, because there's a lot of negativity on social media. And that's one of the things that she also highlighted. She said, wherever you are, recognize a problem that you can solve in your life, in your home, in your community, as well as in your country, even just internationally. So you should always be a person that solves problems. So now the major topic for our discussion at the chat was relationships. I never talk about relationships here, but this is loaded, guys. So just, watch and let me know. Let me know what you think about all these things. So, most of the times, most of us are in relationships, right? But you don't really know the person that you're in a relationship with. So we got a lot of pointers on the things that you should ask about, things that you should get to know about the person that you're with. So the first thing that you should know about the person that you're with is wisdom. Like, are they wise? What do you talk about when you're with them, How do you feel after having a conversation with them? Do you ever just have time to just conversate with them? And do you feel inspired by the person that you're with? And then the next thing, so all these things that we talked about start with the letter W. So the next thing that you should know about them is the words. What kind of words do they use? So most of us are in relationships, and you find that the person that you're in a relationship with, when they use certain words on you, they just break you. But you should be somebody who uses words that edify you. Also, how do they talk to other people out there? The Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So from the words that that person says, the words that they post on social media, you can get to know what they are all about, So the other thing that you should get to know about the person that you're with are their wishes. What are their future plans, yeah? Do they have plans? There's certain people, they don't even have plans. Like they just don't have plans. So you should know the person. Do they even have plans, Because you can find that you're with this person and you don't know that their plans are completely different from the plans that you have. So you should really get to know what are the wishes and the future plans of this particular person. Then the other thing that you should know is their wounds. So their wounds, most of us some people have gone through really traumatizing situations that it's not something that they talk about all the time, or they've gone through stuff that really hurt them, and if they get triggered, they could always fall maybe to a very low moment or fall back to remember those things. So it's important that you get to know the things that your significant other has gone through, and also share the things that you have gone through, so that you don't get shocked. At least you know where they're coming from, you know what can trigger them to maybe be angry or to just get a very low moment. Then the other thing that you must know is their wealth. So now in terms of wealth, it was about the definition of success. Now this was very funny, because most of the times you say, I want to succeed, right? And your partner also says they want to succeed. But then what's your definition of success? So maybe their definition of success is I want, when I get a 2,000 kwacha, then I've arrived, I've succeeded and everything. And then you also define your success in another way. So you find one person in the relationship defines their success as this low. It's a bit lower than the other person's definition of success. So that's when you end up complaining, oh my God, this person I'm with doesn't have drive, But then that's just because your definition of success is very different. So you really need to know that when this person says they want to succeed, and when you say you want to succeed, what's the definition of success? Then the other thing that we learned was since we're all everything's starting with W, so we'll call it wine, right? But then this just talks about things like drinking alcohol and just using drugs, smoking. You need to know whether this person, first of all, takes alcohol and how much they take alcohol, You don't want to be shocked and do it with somebody, maybe they hide it, and then later on you just find that they get so drunk, so wasted that they can't even function, you know, they can't even maybe get home, you know. But then you should just know what kind of substances or what kind of alcohol. Does this person take alcohol? Does this person smoke? Does this person use any drugs? You need to know all those things and then know whether you can live with those things or you should just stay back, stay away. Then the other thing is you should know their ways. So their ways, in Zambia we say utuntu, you know, like just know stuff about them. What are they like outside your relationship? So when they go out there, what do? Do they play sports? What sport do they like? Do they listen? What kind of things do they do? Because certain times you're with somebody and you don't, the only thing you know about them is your relationship. You don't really know their life outside your relationship. So those things, like if you decide to commit and decide to get married, you get to, those things might affect you because all you know is just about the two of you. You don't even know that this person loves sports this much, or they might go out there and watch a game. Yeah, so get to know their life outside your relationship. Then the other thing is most people talk about, like they say they want to change someone, or they'll be like, oh, when we get married, he's going to change. Yeah. So this part was very funny because she was like, plan kashana cocaine. Like, what kind of plan is that? Like, what's the logic behind, like, how are you planning? Because people change because they want to, not because you want them to change. So if they want to change, they will change, but then that's just some things, that's just who that person is, and you just need to accept it. Then the other thing about knowing the other person is also about their mini habits. You know, there are certain things that people, they have this tumisango, we call them tumisango habits. Yeah. So people have these mini habits that you may not know. So you really need to pay attention to those, because certain times when you now actually live with someone, those things begin to get to you. Then the other thing is worship. You need to know what that person worships. So it's not just about their religion or their relationship with God, but it's also about what do they hold dear in their lives. You know, certain people will worship not just God, but maybe like they really love football so much that, you know, it makes them angry, it makes them sad, it really influences their decisions. Or there's this one person other than you in their life who just influences almost every decision that they make. So you really need to know what they believe in, what they stand for, and what they hold up there, things that affect their decisions. So the next thing that you need to also know about them, she called it witchcraft, but you need to know what their limits are. Okay, because, you know, in Africa, everybody has these, like, you believe in God, but most people have what can I say, traditions that they follow. So you need to know how far they are willing to go with those traditions. So you don't want to be shocked later on, like, you know, they'll be like, we need to sort this out traditionally, and then you're shocked. So you need to know, like, how far, like, do they have traditional beliefs that they believe in, things that they may want to sort out traditionally, you know what I mean? So you really need to know that person, because certain times when you get married now, you have these problems, and then they bring that up, like, you know, you just get shocked. So you really need to know those things and decide whether you want to live with those things. Then the next thing you need to know is which household they come from on their background. So this is very important to know the kind of family where your significant other comes from, because our families play a huge role in who we are as individuals. And also in Africa, I don't know about the rest of the world, but in Africa, families are really involved in any partnership that may happen between the two of you. So you really need to know which family they come from and what they believe in. So most families, they handle different situations differently. And one thing I've also seen is that sometimes those there's certain behaviors that are just carried on, like, I don't know if you know what I mean. Yeah. Then you also need to know who is the loudest voice in this person's life. You know, there's always this one person who that person will decide to ask in case of anything. So if every time they have a challenge, they want to go and ask somebody. So you need to know who is that person who's always advising them on their decisions that they make. So most people, even before they start a business, they have somebody that they'll talk to. So you need to know that as a significant other. Then the other thing is know your spec, yeah? Know your spec. So know your spec is about, you should know the kind of person that you want to be with, and then try to, okay, there's compromise, right? In any relationship, there has to be a compromise, but then just don't, because of maybe desperation, or maybe because you just want to settle, don't settle for something that's way out of your spec. Because what happens is you get married, right? And then you discover that this person is not really your spec. Then after you get married, you now find this other guy who's like your spec. That spec that you wanted, you now meet them. But then because maybe you try to settle, you end up getting irritated and just annoyed at yourself for being with another person that you didn't even really want to be with in the first place. So just know your spec, and then just, if you're going to compromise, at least let it be, I think 20% is a good compromise, or maybe 30. I'll say 30%, because you can change 10%. So the other 20 will just be like a compromise, but you can't compromise like 70%, you know? Yeah. So then the other thing is also, you know, like we just have this messed up definition of love, but then we should really know what love means to us and then just stick to it. So that's what we learned at the Kupes chat. I hope you guys have learned one or two things from here. Oh, then there are final questions at the end of this. So the first question is, do you really know your partner? Ask yourself. Then the next thing is, do I really want to be in this relationship, or am I just feeling pressured to be in this relationship? Then the third question is, am I simply settling? Like, are you just settling? Like, oh, I'm tired of this relationship thing. Like, this is my last relationship. I've run out of relationships. This is the last one. No matter what, I'll just stay in this relationship. Then the fourth is it all these things olo mungulufie? I don't know what you can say mungulufie. It's like, it's just I have no word for this in English, you guys. You guys just, if you have the definition or the translation, just put it in the comments down below. So thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel. And if you are a girl who's between 18 and 30, you should check out the Kupes Young Women's Network and just come and join in and take part in this conversation. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe and comment down below. Bye.